guys. So, we are here where we left off in episode 1. We are looking at Garrus's skill chart, and it is in archery, obviously. So we can choose death from above, or we can choose explosive shot. I think I'm gonna go for explosive shot just because I need a little bit more like actions to do, basically. Otherwise I'll just have the long shot, which is really nice, but this one's good for closer things, so we'll pick that one. Plus it's a little bit aggressive. Okay, didn't I get this already? Whatever. My game must have started over at some point. Oh well. Nothing really changed. We chose the Atomsar. We'll use the rest of them for the party members. Okay, let's go.
That's him. That's the Herald of Andraste.
The Herald of Andraste. Let's read this. Andraste's Mabari. You know Andraste's old Mabari. He don't show up in the chant, and if you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't. I've had some big old smelly warhog, but all Ferelden knows it right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. And there's Andraste's Mabari by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Deventer, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog, he guards Andraste without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ears. But then old Marfrath gets to plotting, tries to lure that dog away, but even as they trap the prophet, her Mabari never strays. And there's Andraste's Mabari by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Deventer, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, they thought the wounds had killed him, but he limped out toward the fire, and Assarian, he shed a tear as that dog laid upon the pyre. And there's Andraste's Mabari by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Deventer, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Yes, that Mabari, the companion of the Maker's holy bride. Cited as a popular, if historically unlikely, Ferelden tavern song. Because Fereldens love their dogs.
That's him. He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard he was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than
Big
anyone else
bitch.
has done. Demons would have had us otherwise.
Patient observations. Day 3. Less thrashing. Some response to stimulus. Vitals seem solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. All this work to save his life, and will they just execute him? Will inform Lady Cassandra. I expect him to wake before the morn. if those notes are about this time just previous of closing the breach, or if it's from us getting out of the breach. The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride, who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Oh god, this is really long. Sorry guys, I don't think I'm gonna read all of that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll read the last one. Ember took the maiden with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheer and dance to the singing that echoed through the streets until Bedwyr was dead and it finally stopped. Cited as a tale often told in the Singing Maiden's Tavern. Okay, I'm gonna make a change in the lore. If it's one page, or maybe a little bit more, I'll read it to you guys, but if it's that long, I'm not gonna read that to you guys, I'm so sorry. But if you guys want to see a lot of those, like in-depth readings, go to Gilderathan. And that channel will read basically everything. Or is it Gilderathara? I should look that up. I'll have her channel linked in the description. Is this one super long? No, okay, I'll read this one to you guys. A well-worn quarterly missive of subject virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another, the collected dreams of desire being the confessions of an apprentice and training more furrowing than harrowing. Forbidden dalices, how do you say that? At their most spirited, the Randy Dowager exhibitions are the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, enchanting, one supports the circles, if only because close doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Signed R.D. There's a Don. We got another longbow, it's probably not as good. Patient observations. Day 2. Pulse normal. Breathing normal. Still unresponsive. Careful drop feed of prep I can't read. Drop fed of prep elf root extract to hasten his recovery. A lot of thrashing. Mutters about too many eyes. Something about the gray. Encouraging.
I believe Lady Cassandra wanted to speak with you.
Okay. I suppose Lady Cassandra needs to speak to me then. We'll explore a little bit more, though. I've played this game so many times, I know where like everything's at. Liliana's not here yet. Thren's gonna say talk to Cassandra. There's an airplane. Sorry if you can hear that. You might as well start collecting elf root now. Okay.
Most of the grand clerics died
So, in the spaces that we are going to go through, I think that I'll explore them pretty heavily a lot of the side quests that I normally would go through. So we can get, a little bit in depth. Let's see how long this one is. Oh no, that's long. Sorry guys. Hello. Okay. Is this one long? Nope, okay. A chant for the departed. The light shall lead her safety through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes towards flame, she should see fire and go towards light. The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know not fear or death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her sword. This is from Transfigurations 10:1, often sung by mourners as they light candles.
I do not believe that. That is not for you at this time.
Is this long? I'll read it to you, it's not that long. Founding of the Gentry. Cordelius Dragon, king of the city-state of Orlais, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year -15 ancient, I don't know if that's how you read it, the young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastian belief to the world. In -3 ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Dragon knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais. His first act as emperor to declare the Gentry as the established Andrastian religion of the empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Alessa of Montsemard was elected to lead the new Gentry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended and the divine age began. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Gentry Scholar. Petrine, is she from Dragon Age 2? Is this super long? But it's super long. Sorry guys. And since I'm a rogue, we can go in here. Oh, Gentry secrets. Is this long? That's super long. This long, super long. This long. That's not that long. The Black City. No traveler to the Fade can fail to spot the Black City. It is one of the few constraints of that ever-changing place. No matter where one might be, the city is visible. Always far off, for it seems the only rule of geography in the Fade is that at all points are equidistant from the Black City. The chant teaches that the Maker City was once the seat of the Maker. Wait, what did I just say? Let me reread that. The Chantry teaches that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, from whence he ruled the Fade, left empty when men turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even the most powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful Magister Lords from the Deventer Imperium devised a mean of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black, which was perhaps the least of their worries. From beyond the veil, spirits and demons by enchanter Medramel. these notes. Notes written by one of the scholars responsible for restoring Haven. The notes have obviously come loose from a lecture of some sort. It took weeks scrubbing bloodstains from the stone. One of two things is true. Either stone is more porous than I thought, or Maker's beard, there must have been a lot of blood. How many people died? I'm so relieved I didn't have to deal with the altars of sacrifice the first arrivals found. Those were tossed off a cliff, I think. So now we just have to deal with the stains on the walls and floors. If this doesn't clean up in a day or two, I'm asking for some fresh plaster. Maybe we can cover them up. Still, it is not all bad. Haven is a beautiful place, and while working in the dungeons, we found scraps of paper with writing that looks like Brother Ferdinand Genetivi's. He was here for some weeks before the hero of Heraldon found him. So, if you guys don't know the lore of Dragon Age, Brother Ferdinand Genetivi was a scholar who wrote a lot about Thedas. And so in the first game, Origins, he is in it, and he does a lot of stuff kind of in the background. And the hero of Heraldon comes to the Frostback Mountains where Haven is at and saves him from a I don't even know how to explain it really, a cult basically. And so that's what that was talking about when the hero of Heraldon came here and found this place. It was basically like this place for the cult. And it's very simplified because I don't want to give away spoilers if you haven't played. That's super long. Sorry guys, I would read more, but that's just too long.
Please tell me if you find something.
It's super long as well. Is there anything else in here? Alright, let's go to the war table.
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
So the option is, I did what I could. I'm still a suspect. You want my help? Again. Sounds like that.
Let me guess. You need my help.
You have done plenty. Your actions will be taken into account by the new Divine.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone Most Holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
So the options are, I'm not a chosen one. What more do you want? Are you serious? You believe I'm innocent? Are you sure? I didn't put a poll out to see if we wanted him to be religious or not. So I'm gonna say, are you serious?
5 minutes ago, you wanted me dead, and now I'm your savior?
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
Okay, I want to help. This is rather strange. I agree, but now I think this is rather strange because I don't think that he would openly say he wants to help. And that would be the first one and last one. I think this is rather
When I
strange.
woke up, I certainly didn't picture this outcome.
Neither did we.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Well, that sounded sarcastic, so I guess that's okay. I remember when this scene played in my PS3 back in the day. I remember thinking, oh my god, this looks so good. Is this the best looking game I've ever seen? But you know, now that I've played Horizon Zero Dawn and Control, you know, this doesn't really kick a bucket. Sorry. Hopefully 4 will look really good. I'm also exceedingly excited for 4. Like stupid excited. Does Cassandra have a slight limp? Did you see that? Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, so from this point on, it becomes much less structured. So, I guess since we have the special, armors and stuff, I guess we don't really need to visit any of the others. Cassandra, I think, should wear this one. I'll just give her that because I don't need them. Just as a heads up, I'm not going to be using Solus very much, so we'll give him that. We'll give Varric a Shokatar. Okay, so just for the sake of not making this series a million episodes long, we'll just go ahead with the storyline. Load in textures.
Does it
Gotta love 'em.
trouble you?
I want it gone. Not anymore. It didn't close the breach. Where does it come from? It's fine. I want it gone.
I wish I could get rid of it.
We have need of it yet.
So you've mentioned.
Oh,
What's important
that was
is that your
aggressive.
mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
That sounds dangerous. Sounds like fun. You have an idea. Ultra aggressive. I guess you have
Clearly,
an
you have something in mind.
We do. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
You're even taller than I'd heard.
And of course, you know Sister
Thanks.
Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
A pleasure. Impressive titles. Why am I here?
Cassandra tells me you have a plan.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power
It's
to
too
close
nice.
the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I did it. That was quick. Does it matter? That was quick.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy arguing over who's going to become divine?
Some are calling you, a Kunari, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Could we be attacked? So I'm the problem. The breach doesn't worry them.
They aren't more concerned about the breach, the real threat.
They do know it's a threat. They just don't think we can stop it.
The Chantry is telling everyone you'll make it worse.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll talk to her. Why would she help us? That could be trouble. Why would she help us?
Why would someone from the Chantry help a declared heretic?
I understand she's a reasonable sort. Perhaps she does not agree with her sisters. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the Hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Awesome. Oh, I thought one was gonna pop up. I was gonna read it. Scout harding. she's a companion for the next Inquisition. Well, I guess it's the same Inquisition. The next game. Okay, it's not long. Scout the Hinterlands. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves. And it happens that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Colin asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horsemaster of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. From Lead Scout Harding. A chant for the departed. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world. And those are gonna go way too fast for me to read. So, I'm not gonna be able to read those. I am so sorry. If they would stay up the whole loading time, I probably could get through it. But alas,
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. They might not know much about the Canary, but you'll get no backtalk from anyone here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's High Town?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
I know they gave her that name for that exact joke. So, pleased to meet you. You've heard stories about me. What's the word out here?
I'm starting to worry about these stories that everyone's heard.
Sounds
Oh,
too delightful.
there's nothing to worry about. They only say you're the last great hope for Thedas.
Oh, wonderful.
The Hinterlands are as good a place as any to start fixing things. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Well, okay then. Looks like my characters have some points to use. So Varric, of course, is Miss Bianca. So we'll give him those two. Okay, or go crazy. We'll keep Cassandra, weapon and shield.
around here somewhere.
I'm so excited to see Dragon Age 4. Because, like, the light effects in this game
Inquisition
are
forces.
horrible.
They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
See what that's gonna look like for next gen.
Oh, we are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker.
I'm also not gonna pick up loot that much. Hey. My dude, what are you doing? Oh, you bitch.
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Be ready. More coming our way.
Dare you block my shit? Damn, I thought I got away.
We are victorious once more.
For now.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle?
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
You asked for me. I don't want them to. Is that why I'm here? You're not against magic. That one.
What you said to that soldier?
We do not teach that magic is evil. We teach that pride is evil, and does not corrupt only mages. But I did not ask you to come simply to debate with me.
Then why am I here?
But my chin look like that. Y'all see that?
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it.
Now it's fixed.
I won't lie to you.
Got scared for a second.
Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
It was a tragedy. Don't you support the Chantry? That's no excuse. It's no excuse.
And that's an excuse? They're making things worse.
They don't know that. This is my point. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
Appeal to them. Will that work? But they want me dead. They want me dead.
They want to execute me, and you think I should just walk up to them?
You are no longer alone. They cannot imprison or attack you.
They could try.
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
Thank you. Are you sure? That won't be easy. That won't be easy.
You make it sound simple.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
I like Mother Giselle.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Let's check our points of Hinterlands. Okay, so we'll go to Master Tenant.
That's why.
Yeah, we'll talk to Master Tenant. Because I think we need a little bit of power before we are able to go to the next step.
Right. That's why.
And like I said, I'm not gonna take any side missions unless I have to, to get power, or, if we, don't have any choice. For the companions that we're gonna have, I won't give any spoilers,
Look
but
at this.
basically,
The apostates
we're
have
not
gone mad
going
with
to
power.
I see just as
have
many
to do any
Templars.
side missions for that, so based on the votes. Nice.
Make it take you! We must continue on if we are to secure the Alliance.
How are we gonna take these bitches? Okay. Excellent. Okay. On our way to Master Tenant. Nice. So, if you let your mage, or if you are a mage and you freeze an enemy, if you bitch. How you gonna spawn out of nowhere like that? Thanks, I leveled up. Alright. So, let's do I do pin? Actually, let's do you. Because you can rip through multiple enemies. That's really nice to have. Like an and shattering enemies does a lot of damage. It's also a good way to go up against some high level enemies if you aren't quite where you need to be. It's a good tactic. It's also a really good tactic to use guard features on your warriors because it gives them another health bar basically. Did you see that badass work that I just did? Okay.
I assume you've heard about Prince Sebastian, Varric.
I know he invaded Kirkwall. Are you going to blame me for that too?
I wasn't trying to.
You weren't trying to remind me how bad it is in Kirkwall, so you decided to talk about it?
I thought you might be concerned. It is your home.
Of course I'm concerned. I don't need you prodding me with a stick to prove it.
Okay.
This must be Master Dennett.
Also, Prince Sebastian is a character from
Let's look around.
one of the previous games.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Here you're trying to bring order back. It's high time someone did. Never thought it'd be one of you big brutes, though. Name's Dennett. I served Arl Eamon for 30 years as Horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
It's true. That's right. And you haven't helped. You need to help us. You need to help us.
If you want what's best for Redcliffe, you'll provide us with horses.
I do want what's best for Redcliffe, but you've got some work to do first. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
I agree to your terms. Got a problem with me? You assume we have the time. This is foolish. We need the horses.
That sounds more than reasonable.
Glad to hear it. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow neck they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him, and he'll take care of you, Inquisition.
Excellent. Okay.
Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
What do you want me
You
to
said
do?
you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the breach appeared, the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
I think she sounds a little spicy. Okay, so this is a toughie. Trouble with wolves. Okay, I'll do that one first, and then we'll ride the horses, and then we might, depending if we need more power, we might do that. I missed. Damn, he wiped me out. I'll also, if I pass by any rifts, I'll take care of those as well. Just because it'll give us more power, and I think that'll kind of streamline our experience a little bit, at least. Because then we won't have to worry quite so much about having to do side missions. Dang, my people already have more stuff. Okay. I think I'm going the wrong way. Like, I'm fairly certain. Yeah, because there is a dam or something in the way over there. There's also a watchtower location right here. Just get it while I'm here. But yeah, if there's like a dam or something, I can't quite remember, that keeps you from going that way for whatever reason. There's a camp over
This would make a good place to camp.
and so you can't go that way, and I don't know why they made it like that. It's just like an unneeded, like you can't go the short way, I guess, or whatever their reasoning is. is a rift up here that I will not be doing. It's a high level rift. And it's got these enemies called despair demons, and they're like ice demons. And they are so hard. I suppose we could try. But they're so hard. It's that one in blue. Vic died. I died. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run. Really weird. My mic just like died. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're gonna have Cassandra run then. Because that rift is hard. For no reason. And it's so weird because it's not like in a spot that you won't be going early on in, you know, the line of missions, you know. Hello.
These must be the wolves Master Dennett's wife warned us about.
That cave could be the lair of our strange wolves.